Red deer. The red deer is one of the largest deer species in Europe and is also found across parts of Asia and North Africa. Males are called stags, while females are called hinds. Stags grow a new set of impressive branching antlers every year, and older males can develop particularly large antlers. During the breeding season, stags compete with one another and produce loud, deep calls that can be heard across forests and open valleys. Red deer are highly adaptable and can live in woodland, grassland, mountains, and open countryside. Their diet mainly consists of grasses, leaves, shoots, and other vegetation. They have also been introduced to several places outside their original range. White-tailed deer. The white-tailed deer is one of the most widespread deer species in North and Central America. Its name comes from the bright white underside of its tail, which becomes especially visible when the deer raises its tail while moving away from danger. Males, known as bucks, grow a new set of antlers every year, while females usually do not grow antlers. White-tailed deer can survive in a remarkable variety of habitats, including forests, farmland, wetlands, grasslands, suburbs, and areas near cities. They mainly eat plants such as leaves, grasses, fruits, nuts, and shoots. Because they adapt so well to changing environments, they remain one of the most familiar wild mammals in North America. Mule deer. The mule deer is a large deer native to western North America and is especially common in mountainous and dry regions. It gets its name from its enormous ears, which resemble those of a mule. Another interesting feature is its unusual running style. Instead of simply running like many other deer, mule deer often use a bouncing movement called stodding, which helps them move quickly over rough terrain. They can be found in deserts, forests, mountain slopes, and open valleys. Their antlers usually develop into two main branches, with each branch dividing again. Mule deer feed on grasses, shrubs, leaves, flowers, and other plants available in their habitat. Roe deer. The roe deer is a relatively small and graceful species found across much of Europe and parts of Asia. It has a compact body, slender legs, and a short tail. Male roe deer, called bucks, grow small three-point antlers that are replaced each year. They often live around woodland edges, fields, farms, and areas where dense cover is close to feeding grounds. Roe deer are mostly active during the early morning and evening, when they search for leaves, shoots, grasses, herbs, and other vegetation. Their ability to live in landscapes changed by agriculture and human development has helped them remain widespread. Fallow deer. The fallow deer is famous for its spotted coat, although adult animals can also have darker, reddish, gray, or very pale coloration. It originally came from parts of Europe and the Mediterranean region but has been introduced to many other parts of the world. Male fallow deer, called bucks, develop broad, flattened antlers that look almost like paddles. These antlers become especially noticeable as the males mature. Fallow deer often live in groups and can occupy forests, grasslands, farmland, and large parks. They feed on grasses, leaves, shoots, fruits, and other plant material, making them flexible feeders. Moose. The moose is the largest living member of the deer family and is one of the most impressive deer species on Earth. Male moose, called bulls, grow enormous broad antlers that can spread outward like large paddles. Moose are found across northern North America, Europe, and Asia, where they prefer cool forests, wetlands, lochshores, and areas with plenty of vegetation. Their long legs allow them to move through deep snow and shallow water, while their large hooves help them travel across soft ground. Moose mainly eat leaves, twigs, bark, aquatic plants, and other vegetation. Despite their enormous size, they are generally solitary animals outside the breeding season. Reindeer. The reindeer is one of the world's best-known cold-weather deer. In North America, wild populations are usually called caribou. Reindeer live across northern Europe, Asia, and North America, occupying tundra, mountains, and boreal forests. One of their most unusual features is that both males and females can grow antlers, unlike most deer species. Their broad hooves spread out under pressure, helping them walk across snow and soft tundra. Reindeer can also use their hooves to uncover vegetation beneath snow. Their thick coats and specialized bodies allow them to survive some of the coldest environments inhabited by deer. Elk. The North American elk is a large and powerful deer species found mainly across western and parts of central North America. Elk prefer a mixture of forests, mountain slopes, meadows, and open valleys, giving them access to both shelter and food. Male elk, known as bulls, grow large branching antlers that are shed and regrown every year. During the breeding season, bulls produce a famous high-pitched call known as a bugle. Elk are highly social animals and may form large groups, particularly outside the breeding season. Their diet includes grasses, leaves, bark, shoots, and other vegetation, depending on the season. Sika deer. The sika deer is a medium-sized species native to Eastern Asia, including Japan, China, Korea, and nearby regions. Its name comes from the Japanese word for deer. Sika deer are generally smaller than red deer and are known for their distinctive coats, which can retain spots into adulthood. Males grow antlers that usually have a relatively simple structure compared with the massive antlers of larger deer. Sika deer can live in forests, mountains, grasslands, and areas close to human settlements. They are adaptable feeders and consume grasses, leaves, shoots, fruits, and other vegetation. The species has also been introduced to countries outside its native range. Pear David's deer. Pear David's deer is one of the most unusual members of the deer family. The species originally lived in China, but wild populations disappeared there during the 20th century. Fortunately, a small number of animals survived in protected collections, allowing conservationists to establish breeding populations. Pear David's deer has long legs, large spreading hooves, a relatively long tail, and unusual antlers that give it a distinctive appearance. Its body shape can look somewhat different from the typical image of a deer, which is why it is sometimes described as an unusual combination of familiar animal features. Today, conservation programs have helped maintain protected populations. Pudu. The pudu is one of the smallest deer in the world, with northern and southern species found in parts of South America. These tiny deer have compact bodies, short legs, small heads, and relatively short antlers on males. Their small size is especially useful in dense forest environments, where they can move through thick vegetation and hide among plants. Pudu mainly feed on leaves, shoots, fruits, flowers, and other vegetation. They generally live in forested habitats and are much less imposing than giant deer such as moose or elk. Their secretive nature also makes them more difficult to observe in the wild. Water deer. The water deer is a small Asian deer famous for a feature that makes it look very different from most members of its family. Male water deer do not grow antlers. Instead, they have long upper canine teeth that extend downward from the mouth. These teeth have earned the species the nickname vampire deer, although water deer are peaceful herbivores that feed on plants. They are native to parts of China and Korea and have also been introduced to other regions. Water deer often live around wetlands, rivers, grasslands, and dense vegetation, where they feed on grasses, leaves, reeds, and other plants. Their unusual teeth, lack of antlers, and small body make them one of the easiest deer species to distinguish.